They called her alpacas worthless until a luxury company knocked on her door. On the windy hills outside the small town of Silver Creek lived a quiet woman named Helen Brooks. Her farm was tiny, and all she owned were 36 skinny alpacas inherited from her late father. The animals looked thin compared to the large, healthy herds owned by neighboring farmers. Every Saturday at the livestock market, the same jokes followed her. "Helen, those alpacas look like they need us to feed them. You'll never make a living with those little creatures." Some even offered to buy them for almost nothing, convinced they were worthless. Helen always smiled politely and refused every offer. "They're not for sale," she would say. She remembered her father's final words, "Don't judge an alpaca by its size. One cold winter will reveal its true value." No one understood what he meant, not even Helen. But she trusted him enough to keep going. If you enjoy inspiring farm stories, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and stay until the end. The biggest surprise is still ahead. That autumn brought one hardship after another. The price of hay doubled. Helen's savings disappeared. Bills piled up, and friends urged her to sell the herd before she lost everything. One evening she sat alone in the barn, wondering if everyone else was right. As she gently brushed the alpacas, she noticed something unusual. Despite their slim bodies, their fleece had become incredibly soft, thick, and silky. She remembered her father's old notebook hidden in a wooden chest. Inside were years of careful breeding records. Her father had spent decades selecting alpacas with exceptionally fine fiber instead of large bodies. Most farmers bred for appearance. He had bred for quality. Helen realized she wasn't raising ordinary alpacas. She was protecting something rare. By December, the valley was buried under heavy snow. Many farms struggled. Thick ice damaged sheep's wool, and freezing temperatures reduced the quality of livestock across the region. Then a representative from an international luxury clothing company arrived in town. They weren't looking for the biggest animals. They wanted the finest alpaca fiber available. Farm after farm failed their inspection. Finally, they visited Helen. The inspectors carefully examined the fleece from her alpacas. One of them paused. Another repeated the test. Then the manager smiled. "This fiber is extraordinary," he said. "It's among the softest we've seen this season." Before leaving the farm, they offered Helen a long-term contract worth more money than she had dreamed possible. The woman everyone laughed at had become the farmer everyone wanted to meet. Within weeks, trucks began arriving at Helen's farm to collect the valuable fleece. The same neighbors who once mocked her now stood at her gate asking for advice. Instead of reminding them how they had treated her, Helen welcomed them with kindness. She taught local farmers how proper breeding, nutrition, and patience could produce better quality fiber instead of simply larger animals. Soon, Silver Creek became known across the country for its premium alpaca wool. Families who had once struggled found new hope by following the lessons Helen freely shared. Her success lifted an entire community. Years later, Helen looked across green pastures filled with healthy alpacas. She wasn't just wealthy, she had fulfilled her father's dream. Visitors often asked why she never sold the herd when times were hardest. Helen would smile and point to the oldest alpaca grazing quietly nearby. Because some treasures don't reveal their value until the right season arrives. Life works the same way. People may laugh at your dreams today because they can't see what you see. But with patience, faith, and perseverance, the season that changes everything can arrive when you least expect it. If this story inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing the lesson you learned. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next inspiring farm story.